And lastly, I've combined, in the notes, section 2.9 was going from point gradient form to general form, and then the other one was going from general form back to point gradient form. So I put them into the one section here. The equation of the line in general form is this. So if I write the line, instead of writing it as y is equal to mx plus k or mx plus b, if I write it as ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where a, b and c are whole numbers, that's called the general form of the equation. What good is the general form? Not much. Basically, usually the numbers here are simpler, and if you've just got the equation of a line, having a simple version of it isn't that useful until you start to come to solving simultaneous equations and stuff like that. Then it becomes useful. But in and of itself, it's just probably not that important, but let's just show that we can work with it anyway. So it says here, write this equation in general form. To do this, all I have to do is get all the terms onto the left-hand side and get rid of the fractions. Okay? So in fact, I'm going to get rid of the fractions first. And I can see in this fraction here, I've got 3, this fraction I've got 5. So a good thing to do will be to multiply both sides by 15. 3 times 5. So in here I'm going to say 15 times the left-hand side is equal to 15 times the right-hand side. So 15 times y is just 15y. Now in here, I've got 15 times 2 divided by 3. 3 goes into 5 times, so that's actually just 5 times 2 times x there. And here, 15 times 4 divided by 5, that's the same as 3 times 4. Sitting there. So I have 10x minus 12. So this is 10x minus 12. And now, according to this, I want to put everything onto the left-hand side. What I would actually do is I would actually subtract the 15 onto this side and then swap them over. So I'd write that as 10x minus 15y minus 12 is equal to 0. So I actually did 2 steps there. I subtracted the 15x across, and then instead of writing the 0 on the left-hand side, I wrote it on the right-hand side. But if you want to, you could subtract both sides, subtract 10x, add 12, then multiply through by minus 1. Doesn't matter. You'll end up with the same thing. And there it is. That's the general form of that line. From that, I can't read off any useful information about that line. Whereas from here, I can say, look, it's got a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of minus 4/5. So to me, that is better, but there it is in general form anyway. All right, let's go the other way. If I have a line in general form, to write it in point gradient form or gradient intercept form, all I have to do is make y the subject. So here I go minus 4y is equal to minus 3x minus 5. Divide both sides by minus 4, and I will have y. Now I'm doing lots of steps in one here. And there it is. Hopefully, you might need to add a few more steps in there, I don't know. But that's the answer you'll get. Do as many steps as you need to eliminate making your little errors.